It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, February 15th, and I am watching a cold front that is pushing through the Ozarks right now. Temperatures are mild this morning. As of 5 a.m., we're in the mid-40s, and we'll warm to the upper 50s in most places today. So still a mild day on deck, despite the fact that we're going to be behind a cold front. The cold air kind of lagging behind the front a little bit, so we will see a slight cool down and some cloud cover this morning. No precip coming out of this front today. I do have rain and snowfall in the forecast as we head into Friday. This week, a very weird one. We started the week with winter weather. Then, of course, Valentine's Day, 60s, sunshine, spring fever. And then we're going to bookend the week with another chance for rain and snow. So wild in the Ozarks, which is not too unusual for February, I suppose. A big story today is that a cold front is pushing through. Moisture is limited, so I think this is going to pass as a dry cold front. I don't expect anybody to get any rainfall out of this today. Temperatures are warm to start, though, and highs will make it to the mid-50s this afternoon. I think we will see the sunshine take over through the course of the day, too. Behind that front, we see mostly sunny skies, and then the cold air continues to spill into the Ozarks. And on Friday, it's actually going to be one of those days where we see our high temperature happen in the morning and then cooler air filter in by the course of the afternoon. Also tomorrow, what I'm tracking is this rain-snow mixture that could make an impact in the Ozarks. This time, I don't think impacts are going to be widespread. I'm not expecting big travel impacts. However, if you're in our northern counties or if you're traveling in the Ozarks or around the state on Friday, you'll want to pay attention to this forecast because I think what we see is rain changing over to snowfall as colder air plunges into the Ozarks. This is primarily going to be up along the I-70 corridor in central Missouri. However, there will likely be places along and north of Highway 54 that do see a bit of accumulation out of this. I think even places along and north of Highway 60 could see some snowfall. Very few impacts from this, and I doubt we'll see it even stick along the Highway 60 corridor. Highway 54 corridor and points northward up along I-70, a couple inches of snow look possible, whereas those amounts really fall off as you move south. The St. Louis area could see some of this accumulation and snowfall too. So anybody, as I said, with travel planned, heads up for Friday. That's what's on deck. Another kind of wintry day in the Ozarks, but I think we'll see a lot of melting, and we can thank the 60-degree temperatures from yesterday for a lot of the melting on the roadways. I don't expect big bad impacts there. Cold and windy then is going to set up for the weekend. I don't have much warmth in the weekend forecast. Even today will be cooler and it's going to be breezy. I have kind of breezy conditions setting up for us on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday too. Temperatures on Friday, as I mentioned, they're going to fall through the day. So we actually hit our high temperatures on Friday in the mid-morning hours, and then we land in the low 40s as we head through the afternoon. We'll drop into the 30s. On Saturday, high temperature will be lucky to make it to 40 degrees. That's kind of the coldest day in the weekend forecast. And then we start to recover a bit by Sunday with mid-50s back in the forecast. But I do have sunshine in full force both Saturday and Sunday. So at least that will be nice for the weekend forecast. Around the country, the weather's pretty active too. Some quick moving systems heading our direction. Heavy snowfall happening across the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes through portions of New England. That happens tonight into early Friday morning. The Central Plains and the Ohio River Valley seeing this quick round of snowfall that I mentioned. That could impact us here in the Ozarks as we move into Friday. And then showers and thunderstorms are also in the forecast across parts of the Mid-South. So a lot of activity all across the country. If you're traveling, just keep that in mind and maybe check your flight before you head out, especially if you're going up north, because that's where some of the winter weather will be. All right, it's time for that Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister question for the day. This is what I left you with yesterday. How many heart candies come in a single box of sweethearts? You know which one I'm talking about. The classic Valentine, the hearts that say, be mine, or too cute, or kiss me, or something like that. Well, they're a darling, but they don't taste that good. There are a lot in a box. The options that I gave you were 12, 24, 36, or 48. There are 36 of those things in a single box. I think I like vaguely remember making a Valentine's box in elementary school and like gluing these little hearts on everything. They're probably better for gluing than eating, in my opinion. The candy corn of Valentine's Day don't actually taste good, but they're never going to go anywhere because they're just iconic. But there's 36 in a single box. Now you know. If you like them, that's a lot in one single box. All right, here's a question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow about how long does it take Pluto to orbit the sun in Earth time? Do you think it's 75 years, 120 years, 170 years, or 250 years? Take your guess. You can do that at aroundtheozarks.com. While you're there, check out the forecast. We've got you covered up to the minute all day long with all your weather information. Thank you so much for listening this morning. And thank you to our sponsors, Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. I will chat with you again